So it is 2019, a whole new year in Clash Royale, so we are going to need the best deck to absolutely dominate in Clash Royale for 2019, and that is going to be this deck right here. It is absolutely tearing up the meta right now, and it is just dominant at all levels. Three Musketeers is one of the strongest rare cards in the game right now, so you should definitely take advantage of using these. Basically, this is going to be a Fireball bait deck. You have these three cards serving as that Fireball bait, with the Three Musketeers being the most devastating. We also have the Miner and Battle Ram as secondary win conditions, plus the Ice Golem as a bit more of a tank plus defensive unit. We also have Goblin Gang as a pure defensive unit to shut down a whole range of troops. And our final card here is going to be the Zap, used against cheap swarm cards like the Goblin Gang and Skeleton Army. But this is the deck we're going to start off 2019 with. Let's go ahead and see if we can win in a couple battles. So in our first battle here, we're going to be going up against one of those typical Mega Knight decks when it first came out, with both the Mega Knight and the P.E.K.K.A. See how we do against it. We have a pretty heavy deck too, so we should be somewhat fairly matched here. I'm going to start off with an Ice Golem at the bridge. He plays a Mega Knight way back, so I'm going to go ahead and immediately rush with the Battle Ram. Level 9 just isn't really going to cut it here at 4,300. So a single zap is going to eliminate the entire charge. Barbarians are able to get quite a bit of damage there. My minion horde on the left side will shut down that Mega Knight before it takes a leap. And the first 45 seconds of this battle have been great. We have done a ton of damage on the right side, done even a little bit on the left, and this guy just cannot stop emoting. He knows I'm dominating him, so we're looking real good here. There's an elixir collector. We're gonna send over a miner there. His emote is actually blocking it, so you can see how emotes can cost you in this game. This is why BMing is bad apparently. But let's get back into the battle analytics. Got a Mega Knight coming down. We're gonna play an Ice Golem there in the center just to completely soak up all that damage and distract it from hitting my tower instead. Minion Horde is going to completely clean that up, and we're going to go in again with the Battle Ram right there, zap down those bats that he played, and the Barbarians are going to take down that tower for the first crown in this battle. However, we're really going to have to defend this left side here. We got P.E.K.K.A, we got Executioner, we got Fire Spirits all coming in. I have to play down an Ice Golem, kiting the P.E.K.K.A just in time. My Musketeers are basically dead. Just gonna throw in a little dab, although it can never go too wrong with that right there. And we're gonna get that miner in just before the Musketeers are targeted by the tower. Mega Knight is going to crush those though, so it ultimately doesn't matter. And right here, we are in some major trouble. Mega Knight locked onto the tower. I'm gonna play a Minion Horde right there. He's gonna zap it, not gonna kill it. So we are able to take down the Mega Knight, but not before we take hundreds of hit points in damage on the left tower. Playing the Three Musketeers here as a defensive measure. My opponent doesn't have a direct counter to it, so it can sit right there for quite a long time. Executioner is going to lock onto them, but we're able to kite the P.E.K.K.A away and completely take out that P.E.K.K.A with the Goblin Gang, thanks to the Ice Golem kiting him way over to the right side there. But now we just have to hang on for another 15 seconds and we will have this battle. Playing the Minion Horde right there, shutting down that Mega Knight. Executioner is not really going to be a problem. Gonna play an Elixir Collector, just make sure nothing gets to my tower. And we're gonna wrap this one with a pretty relaxed 1-0 victory. Alright, let's swing on over to our second battle. We're going to be going up against another P.E.K.K.A deck. This one does not have the Mega Knight, so that takes away a hard counter to our Three Musketeers. But this guy does have the Fireball, which is going to cost us big time, especially because our Three Musketeers are only level 10. Of course, you want to get those up to level 13, so no Fireball can kill them. If you're battling up above 4K. Level 12 Three Musketeers are going to probably be fine. No one's really going to have a max out fireball. But right there, my opponent is going to miss my Musketeers. He is only going to be able to kill one off the fireball. Just a huge misplay right there. So we're going to throw in a battle ram and really go to town with the push. Inferno Tower was another huge misplay by my opponent. He played it one tile too far, allowing my battle ram to connect and my Musketeers also to connect on the tower. And just like that, through two misplays, my opponent is going to lose a tower. So, lesson learned here: if your opponent makes a mistake, capitalize on it immediately, like I did right there, throwing that battle ram in and ultimately taking a 1-0 tower lead. Here we gotta take out a wizard and Valkyrie. Going to play an ice column right there to soak up the wizard's damage, and then play a minion horde right on that wizard, which takes it out and eventually turns to the Valkyrie. All in all, really great counter. It gives me a huge elixir lead. I have a 4 elixir lead right now, so I gotta make sure I don't spoil this. Gonna go in with a 3 Musketeers build up right here. He does have that fireball. We are gonna split them, take the negative elixir trade, but it's also a bit for cycling. But for some reason here, my opponent is not playing the fireball. I don't understand why not. He has a level 11 fireball, so it would completely counter my Musketeers. He's ultimately going to counter pretty well with the P.E.K.K.A. plus the Zappies, but he could have countered a lot cheaper with the fireball. Ice Golem there was a bad play. The Goblin Gang is going to pull the P.E.K.K.A. Ice Golem is going to take for the Valkyrie a little bit, but the P.E.K.K.A. is going to get to the tower and get a single swing on. I'm really fighting for my life here. Just a couple of bad misplays, but we're ultimately able to defend alright somehow and come out with a even elixir count as my opponent. Gonna play a miner as a defensive card. I just did not have anything else. Then a minion horde over the Zappies plus the P.E.K.K.A. is gonna shut all of that down. Battle ram as defense, honestly, trying to soak damage, and if it pops, it becomes barbarians to defend. Gonna play an elixir collector right there in the middle once again, and somehow we're gonna survive this battle and take a 1-0 victory yet again. Okay, so for our final battle of this video, we're going to be going up against a third P.E.K.K.A. deck. P.E.K.K.A. is super popular in the meta right now. Honestly, P.E.K.K.A. and 3 Musketeers, there's some decks that combine the two. It is by far just dominant in the Clash Royale meta right now. But let's go ahead and see if we can win this battle. He's going to be rocking the Royal Ghost as a secondary win condition. But we have more than enough cards to counter the Royal Ghost, including the Ice Golem there. Ice Golem's going to pop. Goblin's actually going to do a pretty nice job of cleaning up the Royal Ghost, though it is barely going to survive and get a single hit on my tower. Musketeers there are going to be able to shut it down. This guy is also going to have the fireball up and ready, going to kill right there. Luckily my battle ram was about a split second too late. It did not die to the fireball, but the skeletons from the tombstone are going to easily shut it down. The level 9 battle ram really can't do a lot. It's got to be at least level 11 up here to really do damage, put fear in your opponent's eyes. But we're going to try our best. It's been working so far, so we'll do what we can. Got the elixir pump now, trying to bait out my opponent's fireball, and at the very worst, just gain elixir. Miner is going to counter it almost perfectly, which leaves us at a huge elixir disadvantage there. Got the minion horde down. Not a great counter to the baby dragon, but it is a great counter to the Inferno Dragon. And now we got some troops left, so we're going to play the miner right there. He's going to play a tombstone and eventually zap, which is what he needed to do first. So we're actually able to get a bit of damage finally onto that right tower. And we're going to be building up even more here as we enter double elixir. Again, I want to play the elixir collector just so I can try to bait out that fireball. Hopefully my opponent forgets that I have 3 musketeers. But he's smart and he's going to send in the miner yet again. Playing an ice golem in the back there, just had to cycle through elixir. Both my towers are shooting, so the elixir collector is going to survive with just a sliver of health. Here comes the fireball. He just like my opponent in the first battle, he is going to miss one of my Musketeers, and he knows it, hitting me with that Goblin emote. We got a whole bunch of units coming in here. Minion Horde, we got one Musketeer just now reaching the bridge, but my opponent is doing everything possible to shut that down. We're going to come out of it with a 2 elixir lead, which is alright, but we got to get damage on the tower. We have barely done anything so far, and we have 10 seconds left before we hit overtime. We're going to start sending over the miner. Haven't really done that so far in the battle, but I know this is really going to come down to chip damage. We got some minions locking on the tower. We also have the ice golem there dealing a bit of damage. So now that tower is super low in health, below 1,000 hit points. So I know I can finish it off with the miner, plus some zaps in there as well. P.E.K.K.A going in now. Battle Ram just barely misses the charge. Would have won me in the game right then and there. Got some Spear Goblins locked on the P.E.K.K.A, but that tower is so low in health. If I had the Fireball, I could finish it with Fireball and Zap, but I don't, so I have to cycle back to Miner. But my opponent is really getting down a lot of cards here. We have P.E.K.K.A, we have Baby Dragon, we have Inferno Dragon, we also have a Miner coming over. I played the 3 Musketeers right there, just trying to fend everything off. And I want to make sure nothing hits the tower here. Gonna play a Battle Ram there. Just trying to get those Barbarians down for defense. Making sure I have enough health left on my tower so I can push for the finishing touch. My opponent lets off for just a second. And we're going to send in a miner over there. Gonna zap. Trying to take down the tower. But it is just barely going to survive with 32 health. And at this point, we just need to defend until we can cycle back to our miner or zap. Unfortunately, the Baby Dragon is going to lock on there, costing me precious hit points. But we're back to zap, and that's going to end the game there with a very late 1-0 victory. And so that's going to wrap it up for the video today. Hope you guys are going to have a great 2019. Hope you guys can all push up to 5,000 trophies eventually. But this has been Clash for Dummies. Go ahead and like the video, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos in the future. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you soon with some more Clash Royale.